we do everything on this show, so we're going to celebrate the good. We're going to celebrate the bad a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So at the pinnacle was winning Super Bowl 46. We got to go back to the boat photo in 2016. You guys make the playoffs. You all go down to Miami. You take that picture on the boat. It's like the entire Giants receiving corps was on that boat. It was you, Odell, Sterling, Roger Lewis, some rappers. And then, of course, the photo was posted, and all hell broke loose. Was there ever a moment as you guys were on that boat trip thinking about that picture, as you're all in jeans and Timbs, by the way, in sunny Miami, at any time during that process did you think, this is really a terrible idea?
Yes, but yeah, all of it. But it was in the moment, we were having a blast. Like it just, I feel like people were upset. We were having a really good time. Like, and the game wasn't till so far away. It was our day off. We didn't break any rules. So we went and had a little fun. So slap us on the wrist, why don't you? But in terms of the photo, as I'm taking the photo, I'm just like, okay, these guys know not to post this, right? Like, obviously, they're not gonna. Why would they post this? Like, it's just a bunch of guys. We're just chilling. And then before we docked, the picture was haywire within hours, and I was just like, oh no.
You couldn't even make it back to land before you knew you were screwed.
Make it back to land before, and then our phone. You just see everyone's phone start going off like with different lights and sounds, and you're just like, wait, what is going on? But in hindsight, you know, we had a good time. It's a moment that'll live in infamy now that I'll forever have to talk about. But I have no regrets, man. We had a blast.
Yeah, and I want to be clear, it had no effect on the game unless people were thinking about, I better play well because of the photo in the game, but it had no effect. It was just one of those things where this used to happen all the time, right? 10 years ago, people did this no one would have noticed. It's just that everyone does this thing now, and it changes your perception, right? Nothing about the photo or the trip to Miami changed the outcome of the game, but because you lost, perception then becomes reality.
Exactly, and I guarantee you, if you put some cameras or some camera phones around some of those teams in the 90s, you'll see a lot more than just a boat photo in Miami. So, you know, of course, it's the nature of the beast, is what we live in. And I think now, you know, it's harder to be an athlete now. There's so much more pressure on you to be perfect because of, you know, that very thing, being caught on camera or a photo or something that just, you know, can shed a negative light on you and on your career. And you just have to be careful.
Yeah. By the way, there's causation and there's correlation. There is no causation here, but since that photo, we don't have the exact numbers, but I'm doing the math. The Giants record is ass since that photo.
This is true. And it's something I scratch my head about. I mean, it's just tough. I think, you know, just the injuries that they face over the years and just the level of play. Obviously, Daniel Jones was a bright spot, and he's kind of leveling out now, which is unfortunate. You kind of want him to keep going up, but then you look at the weapons around him. That, you know, one guy's dropping by the week. You don't know who's going to start, who's going to play. Evan Ingram, he has great days where he looks great, and then there's some days where he doesn't look so great. So it's just a very up and down years for the Giants organization. But I think they got some real decisions to make in this draft in terms of like Trevor Lawrence. How much do they still believe in Daniel Jones, although he's just in his second year? They got some real life questions to ask themselves going into this offseason. But I think the future is bright. That defense plays very well. They get around the football. They create turnovers. James Bradbury is like the brightest spot on that defense. It's been fun to watch him play. So I'm optimistic, obviously, because I want to make sure my card works when I get back in the building. But but I think the future is bright. I think they just got some. It'll be a tough offseason for sure.
How much do you bleed blue still?
All of it, man. If you cut me right now, Trey, if we just get a little, blue would literally ooze out of my pores.